Sun to clouds on Wednesday with rain showers arriving well after dark. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, you can see from the Ultimate Doppler radar presented by Insta-Dry, it is dry. Had a couple of sprinkles south of I-40 near Loudon. There goes a time lapse just south of Maryville, heading into Blount County. Not a big deal. Said it would be mainly south of I-40. That's where it developed. And we have wind chill watches as issued by the National Weather Service in Nashville for Fentress and Cumberland counties. Now, could that grow into the Morristown area? Oh, yeah, it certainly can. But the wind chill watches, if you read the text on the Captain Accurate Weather app, which is free, Pete Michaels Traffic also on there. You get 24/7 as far as traffic reports. But the text says as cold as 15 below. 15 below! Oh, wait a minute, that's what you said. Yeah, I put it on my blog. -3 to -15. They're already expecting -15 for the feels like in Crossville, Jamestown, heading into this big storm. Meanwhile, winter storm watches. We're watching. Don't see it yet. Watching across parts of Indianapolis, Springfield, Illinois. We've got winter storm warnings for Des Moines, Iowa, and Waterloo, for example. And a blizzard warning, not Dairy Queen, blizzard warning in Redwood County, Minnesota, where they're going to get some heavy snows. It doesn't look much now. Doesn't look like much at all right now, but this storm will get its act together in short order. Don't you worry. Tracking the clouds, we're starting to thin out some of the thicker clouds now. Will become mostly clear overnight, so may not be immediate, but many of us will start to see some stars if you're up overnight. Tracking the radar, I mentioned a couple of sprinkles south of I-40, but there were some green returns in western sections of Virginia as well as southeast Kentucky. Almanac, 49 today. I was expecting 46. I was off 3 degrees. I don't like to be off 3 degrees. 1 degree, sure, I'll take that. 2 degrees, all right. But 3, that's not right. I need to get closer. But anyway, we outperformed. Normal high 50, the record 71 from 1967. Now, they did hit 50 in La Follette today. Morristown, Talbot, about 48. 48 Sevierville, 49 Maryville, and 49 today in Kingston. 46 around Tellico Plains. Now, you'll notice we've got low to mid 50s for highs today in Nashville and Jackson, which is part of the reason I bumped our highs tomorrow to 53. I think we could actually match the Jackson number come tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, this Arctic blast, which looks like a bunch of ooze, but it is not hyperbole. This is something serious that's going to affect all of us. As you can see, it drops down into Billings, Minneapolis, St. Paul by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. In fact, it's all the way into the panhandle, northern panhandle of Texas, and the western panhandle of Oklahoma. Oh my. So that's really where they're starting to feel the Arctic blast, the Siberian cold air. It's going to ooze into St. Louis by about 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the winds will pick up, especially the upper level winds. And then look at this. 11 o'clock, it's already in Memphis. 11 o'clock on Thursday night, it's moving into Nashville. And it does move into here, I think, between midnight and 8 a.m. Midnight, 8 a.m. Can you remember that? Midnight to 8 a.m. There's a quiz later, because you know what? You're going to say, I'm glad he told me that, because I need to go to the pharmacy, the drugstore, the grocery store, whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do. Get that errand done. In fact, it'd be a great time to take your dog out. Do you know what I mean? Take your dog out, do its business, come back, because they're going to look outside Friday morning and go, I'm not going out there. I'll just stay in here. And then maybe you want to certainly prevent that. So take your dog out to Thursday night before this Arctic blast, because between midnight and 8 a.m., there's 3 o'clock. 3:15, we've dropped quite a bit, and I'm going to show you exactly how far this is going to be. This is going to be shocking, I think, for some of you. Say, that can't be. He's making this up. No, I'm not. I wish I was. Just the messenger. Arctic blast continues on Saturday. Look at this. This is 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It's still frigid. It's still so cold. Make it warm up. I can't. It'll eventually warm up in the 7-day, but not till day 7. Now, I thought about an analogy, because I like that. You know, last time I went to a theme park, and Dollywood was one of them, but I mean, the theme parks that you have been to as a kid. Maybe you like those thrill rides, those roller coasters, but there's nothing like the drop tower. Because I thought, this is perfect. This is the analogy I needed. You go on the drop tower, you know what I'm talking about. You get up elevator really high, and then they pull the plug, and you go poof, and you fall down. Notice the time I put on there, 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Friday. So if the top of it's mild, and the bottom of it is Arctic blast, let's see if we can time this out. There it goes. It's going up. All right, we're on this ride. All right, ready? They're going to pull the plug. How many degrees do you think will fall? 20. 20 in 1 hour. Come on. That's crazy talk. No, it's not. No, it's not. 20 degrees in 1 hour. I want you to know, if you have a backyard thermometer, you tell me how far you drop from midnight to 1 or 1 to 2. Depends on when it starts to fake effect, because it's going to move from west to east. And then once we're on the next ride here, we're going to drop another set of degrees, but we're going to go all the way to the 8th hour. Ready? Boo! 40 degrees in 8 hours. That's crazy talk. No, it's not. That's the Arctic blast, my friend. And if you're not ready for this, maybe your pipes aren't too ready for this. Maybe you need to open the cabinetry under the sink to let that warm air in there, doing the dripping process, all of it. As I mentioned, your pets, check on your elderly neighbors before this event. But midnight to 8 a.m. is showtime. It's showtime. It should not surprise you if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and we start to fall in a big way. Oh, and we could throw in some rain. Oh, and then it's going to change over to some snow to the west. I mean, could you ask for anything more wild than this? I mean, you get rain, you get snow, you got 20-degree drop in 1 hour, 40 degrees in 8 hours. You're making this up. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I wish I was. I don't like telling you this kind of stuff. This is crazy, right? But it's happened before. As I talked about in my morning video, we have record lows going back to -6 on Christmas morning in 1983. So it's been colder in the 80s, a lot colder than it will have been this upcoming event. Headlines becoming mostly clear tonight. Sun to clouds Wednesday with rain late, and then more clouds Thursday with just a few showers. Because Thursday, it's kind of like we have bookends. We have rain in the early morning, we have the rain at night that changes over to snow, which I did my best to graphically show you via my drop tower. Now the Arctic blast, give me some specific. I'm just going to use this as a Knoxville example because the timing might be 2 hours sooner for the plateau. Instead of midnight to 8, it's going to be more like 10 p.m. Eastern time to about, say, 6 a.m. Eastern time for the plateau. So say Crossville, you can speed it up 2 hours if you're in Crossville. But let me give you an example of how crazy this could be. Technically, our high could be about 47. Now, if I put 47 on the 7-day, I had some of you tell me when I put 27, you thought, that's too warm. The Weather Channel says it's going to be 14. I don't know where you get 27. Well, if it's 47, I will have been closer than the 14, right? They will have been off, quite a few degrees. But 27 at 1, I think will be around about 20 at 2. And you've noticed 47 to 27 is the easy math. That's a 20-degree drop in 1 hour. Then we drop another 3 degrees at 3 a.m., another 2 degrees at 4 a.m., another 2 degrees at 5 a.m., and then another 2 degrees at 9 a.m., and so on. We're down to about 7. But that's not as helpful as if you add in the wind chill. Oh, you mean you did your homework? Yes, I did. I did my homework. What is 27 with the winds expected? Oh, 13? Is that all? Okay. How about 5 by 2 o'clock? It's going to feel like 3 at 3 a.m. Now I know why my dog doesn't want to go outside. Feels like 1 at 4 a.m. Feels like -3 at 5 a.m. It'll feel like -5 at 6 a.m. And it'll feel like -6 at 7 a.m. and about -11 by 8 a.m. Could be as cold as -15 as we saw from the plateau. And I would imagine the Smokies pretty close to that as well. Did I do my due diligence? Did I do my homework for you so that you know what to expect? When I just say Arctic blast and put a 27 on the 7-day, you're like, that doesn't mean anything to me. But when I show it to you this way, you go, now I get it. Now I know why this guy's all pumped up about this weather. Now we're going to look at the snow. Futurecast will give us a good idea of where that'll be. Certainly a Wednesday, no problem tomorrow. We got sunshine that gives us some showers from the south after dark. Sunset's now about 5:26, so it'll be dark by the time it gets in here. But there it is. Voila! About 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. It's a couple of showers coming in Tennessee. About a 60% chance during the evening or nighttime. There's 12:45. Then it tries to work its way out. So most of the day, Thursday's dry because this system's pulling away with the warm front. Cold front's coming in from the west, and it's bringing in some snow. 5 o'clock, it's snowing near Nashville, but not here, not yet. We'll get some rain on the front end, and then kaboom, by about 9, 10 o'clock, once it gets colder, we get the snow, and there's the changeover. Someone asked me about, are we going to get a mixy mix? Like, are we going to get freezing rain? It could be a super brief changeover, but I think because the temperatures will be dropping so rapidly, the changeover will be pretty rapid. Now look at that. If you look at that blue and say, we're not getting any snow, tell me, is the snow coming down a 1/4 inch an hour? How about a 1/2 inch an hour? Inch an hour? What, you tell me. That's pretty dark blue. All right, I didn't put that on. That's model driven, but that shows you how deep that blue is coming into town. That means snow will be moving into town, and it might linger for a couple of hours, but it could also lay pretty quickly on the ground. And then you throw in those nasty winds. You've got all the weather drama that when you wake up Friday morning, you go, what in the world just hit us? It's like a ton of bricks as far as the cold Arctic air. And you can blame Santa Claus. I'm just kidding, because he's bringing the North Pole weather with him. Chilly becoming mostly clear. We're down to 29 tonight. Look ahead to tonight, 27 in Oneida, Morristown, Newport, about 29 in, say, Maryville. Look at our Wednesday forecast. Wednesday, 53. Sun to clouds, rain later at night. Rain comes in later at night on Wednesday as it comes up from the south. Highs about 55 for Tellico Plains and Newport, 48 Crossville, 52 in La Follette, 51 in Middlesboro. That's what I expect for tomorrow. And here is your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. So I've done a 60% chance Wednesday night for rain, and then only a 30% chance. Really not a lot. Few showers during the day, but a lot of clouds. And then I put a mix because it's got to go from rain to snow. There could be a brief, super brief changeover for some maybe freezing rain in there. But I think you'll find quickly it change to a burst of snow. And it's gone pretty much by the sun's coming up on Friday morning. Christmas Eve, frigid sun. Sunday, Christmas Day, 29 for a high. We start off around 10. And stray flakes may return on Monday. But look at the warm-up, 47. I'm wondering if we warm up rapidly, what kind of stress that's going to put on pipes, because then the pipes might burst. So they're going to freeze first, but then they could burst. We have all sorts of challenges to do and cover in the next 7 days. And if you haven't joined the premium side, I hope you'll do so. All the details on CaptainAccurate.com. But in the meantime, the free Captain Accurate weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic is available at the App Store, Google Play. Just search Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. My name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.